My name is Charlie and I live in Sydney. Though I grew up in Melbourne and I think from a young age I was quite a searcher. I got myself involved in many social movements about, making the world a better place. And I went to university. I was studying architecture at Melbourne University, but my heart really wasn't in it, and the search was still there. So I took a one-way ticket to Southeast Asia and I wandered the world for some years. I often see that as my education. And I lived with Buddhists and Hindus and Muslims and Sikhs and Taoists and all the different religious groups in Southeast Asia, in India, in the Middle East, in Africa and Europe. And I settled in London, and this search was really very strong inside of me, trying to make sense of the world. While in London, I began to meditate, and that was an extraordinary transformation for me because I somehow learnt about who I was. And I often feel the world we see out there is a result of the dysfunction in here. When my relationship with myself isn't healthy, and when the collective mind of 7.8 billion human beings is struggling with this relationship with self, what sort of world do we get? And so the more I began to really connect with myself, really my life transformed. And I've been now meditator for 45 years. Every day I wake up and I meditate. And it's really changed my whole vision of myself, of others, and the world around me. I think as a young person, I would lack self-respect. And I began to realize how that influences how you feel. It influences your relationships with others. You misinterpret what people say to you. It influenced each aspect of my life. And that was probably my biggest ongoing challenge in life, to rebuild my sense of self-value. And I feel that, this is the most important thing for me. And what I've really learned through spirituality is to really transform my vision on myself. And over the years, I think through my meditation practice, my vision on myself has really transformed. And the result, I feel really relaxed about who I am. I feel when I step into my self-value, I can value others. When I step into my self-value, I can give love and I can receive love. When I step into my self-value, my experience has been that life becomes a lot easier in every respect. And I think over the years, because of that, I'm not so self-absorbed. I think, when you live in your head always thinking, how am I feeling, what's happening, trying to self-analyze all the time, I feel I've been able to let that go a lot and go with the flow, just enjoy life and not take myself too seriously. And sometimes you make a mistake, that's life. Sometimes you fail, that's life. Sometimes you criticize, that's life, and I don't hold it in so deeply. In fact, I think I can bounce back really quickly. I would say to be content, and I feel that I feel quite satisfied. I enjoy my life. Many years ago on this journey to self-respect, I made a decision. I'm going to enjoy my life. And I really decided I'm not going to dwell on the negative, dwell on the problems, dwell on my own shortcomings, but actually focus on the positives. And I really do feel, I suppose, quite satisfied in my life. And the feeling The reason is I feel a lot of love. I feel when you taste love, that's the main thing in life. And when you feel loved, you feel, what else do I need? I feel quite satisfied. That's really the most important thing in life for me. And it's the love from God, but also the sharing of love with others I feel is really important, the give and take of love. And I really believe in the law, if you give love, you'll receive it. If you give respect, you'll receive it. But if you're always looking for love, you loving me, I don't think you ever really find it. I would say, I'm really a lot more content than I used to be. I feel quite satisfied. And so when things change, it's not a big deal. And I think also when you feel content, you don't blame anybody. When you feel content inside, everyone is blameless because you feel full. It's when you feel empty that you find victims for how to try to compensate your own unhappiness or discontentment. So probably contentment is something which I've acquired. It's a gift I've received in my life. I really feel I found my self-respect. And I used to have a little saying for myself that it doesn't matter if I make a mistake. What matters is if that mistake makes me lose my self-respect. It doesn't matter if I fail. Life means you will fail sometimes. Things don't go well. What matters is if the failure makes you feel bad about yourself. It doesn't matter if I'm criticized. Life means everyone will get criticized at some time. What matters is if all these things change the way you feel about yourself. In other words, the external world keeps dictating to you how you feel about yourself. And I feel when you really step into your self-respect, you step into that and you don't give it away to any person, any situation, any atmosphere, anything that happens in the external world. In other words, you sort of don't feel so influenced by all the change, especially these days. There's so much change in our world. And if all that change keeps impinging on me, because I lack self-respect, my mood is up and down and up and down. But I really feel self-respect is the greatest gift. My pleasure.